Growing is what I do. It's who I am, and I want to share it with the world. Grow Bites, every Sunday at 5:55 with Tom Morcombe of Vermont Grow Coaching, where we dive into the wonderful world of cannabis cultivation, extraction, and new techniques. This is my world. Won't you join me? Oh, hey guys, Tom with Vermont Grow Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Grow Bites. Live, pre-recorded, something or another, usually every Sunday at 5:55, but today we're running on Monday. Why? Because I got a stupid dog. No, I love my dog. He's just a beagle. Yep, gets some sort of scent and gone forever, right? Not really gone forever, just more like 8 hours. Spend quite a bit of time searching in the woods and entirely forget about running the show, right? Well, I promised you guys a greenhouse. Backyard greenhouse, $250, right? That's what we discussed. Let's get that built today. All right, so it looks like we got all the parts cut that we need. We got a couple of chickens out here to help us out. And we got us a nice big bucket full of adapter pieces, attachment pieces, corner pieces, tees, whatever you want to call them. Let's have some fun. What really pollutes my roots this week? Let's not get into that. We did a really long pollutes my roots last week. Some people were like, Tom, did you get angry on the show? I don't know. I watched myself play back afterwards. Sure hell looked it. Sure did. I don't know. Sometimes my face just looks that way. Sometimes my face just looks this way. So we're not going to do a pollutes my roots this week because we don't need my face looking like this. And we don't need to go on for 20 minutes, right? So instead, we're going to jump into some news. Last week, I got several messages were like, Tom, why didn't you mention the fact that the House passed decriminalization and it was on its way to the Senate? I go, because I didn't consider that to be big news. Yeah, sorry, I didn't consider it to be big news. I mean, like, when it comes down to it, passing the House, it's still got a long ways to go, and I'm not really for federal decriminalization. I feel that the reason the federal government might be decriminalizing would be just to gain an extra profit and wouldn't actually benefit those in the community. If you think I'm wrong, you think I'm right, let me know in the comments below. But don't try to fight. I don't want to do that. I rhymed like Dr. Seuss. All right, so we did commercials. We skipped pollutes my roots. The news, I said, well, yeah, you know, the House thing, but I mean, I guess you guys want more news for the week. Nah, you guys don't have that attention span, neither do I. So we're gonna get back to finishing up the greenhouse. Once we've gone ahead and done that, I'm gonna say my pleasantries, my holla goodbyes, and we're gonna get out of here. Let's go. So one of the first things that I'm gonna mention to you is that you're probably gonna get your cuts wrong the first time. Or maybe my measurements were off, who knows? Either way, it's always best to measure twice and cut once, but there's always that chance that you're gonna need to do some fabrication after the fact. So in that sense, I never glue ahead of time. I always go ahead and fabricate the greenhouse, put it together, and then afterwards go back and re-glue. So let's start by putting it together. We're gonna start with the base, work our way up the sides, eventually we'll get to the peak. Just like building a house, right? All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Why? Because I wanna take a quick break. We're gonna go to commercial. We're gonna go to another commercial. But we're not gonna go to a third commercial because that would just be too many commercials and most of you are stoners and you'd be like, dude, way too much, I'm out of here. And you go find something else to do because you got a short attention span. Well, guess what? So do I. So we're gonna hit a commercial, hit another commercial, and we'll be right back. See ya, woo!
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
All right, so I'm not going to show you the cuts on screen because even with a time lapse, that could get really, really boring. And that's not what I do, right? So if you guys are listening in on podcast, make sure you go and check out the video because I'm currently showing a materials list as well as what the PVC's sizes should be after the cuts. Then we're going through a breakdown of what the interior support looks like, followed by the front and back views. This is a really good breakdown, so if you guys are not looking at this video, make sure you come and check it out. Now we're looking at the side view for the top. It's going to show you the side view for the sides and the upper, as well as the side for the lower as well. And these show you all of the T's, all of the adapters that you're going to need as well. Pretty simple to get that base going. If you take a look at the diagram that we're showing you in a second here, you're pretty much just going to use the side view diagram to get your side started, and then look at your front view to go ahead and get the front, the back, and the base going. So you're looking at the 90-degree angle pieces for the corners, 3-foot section, followed by a T, 2-foot section, T, 2-foot section, 3, another 90-degree angle, a 5-foot section with a T, and then doing the same thing going around the other side. That's going to be your entire base. Then we're going to go ahead and take the 3-foot 4-inch poles, and they're going to come up out of each T and each 90-degree corner there. All right, so as you can see, we went ahead and put the 3-foot 4-inch poles in, and then in place of the 90-degree corners at the bottom, you got a chicken. No, in place of the 90-degree corners at the bottom, you're going to put your T's here, and then the middle sections are going to get crosses, and then a T on the other end. Then you're going to go with your 4-inch PVC section, followed by your 45-degree angles. Now onto those 45-degree angles are going to go your 6-foot plus sections, and then those are going to connect at the top again with another setup very similar to this. The only other part after that is going to be that piece you see right there in the center. There will be a 7-foot 6-inch tall pole that's going to go directly up to help support the frame, because as you can see, it's a little on the wobbly side. Once you get that in there, though, that's going to help quite a bit, and it should stay nice and secure once the actual cover is over the top of it. All right, so here we have almost the finished product. You can see the roof peaks right in the center. We're looking at about roughly 7.5 feet for that peak there, which is amazing. We're looking at about 10 feet wide. You're going to see it's a little lopsided at the moment, but that'll actually get corrected once the rest of the frame is put together. Once the additional 2 pieces are added for the additional top row there, there's going to be a bar that goes and connects each of those links for some additional stability. Also from the center here, as we discussed before, we're going to have that 7-foot 6-inch pole that comes straight down to the center. That's going to provide additional stability, especially in the wind and with a little bit of that snow load that you might experience in the winter. Now keep in mind, this is not an extremely durable greenhouse in that sense. You are going to have to secure it down to the ground, as well as clean off a little bit of that snow load in the winter. But one of the reasons we went with this nice peak here is a lot of that snow is just going to slide right off and you're not going to have to worry about it. All right, so that was super simple, right? I thought so. All right, so as mentioned in the video, guys, in the event that this is your first time building, make sure you go ahead and click all your pieces together first before gluing them. That way, if you've done any measurements incorrectly or you need to make any adjustments, you can do so without as much of a hassle. Once you've gone ahead and made sure you got all your measurements correctly and you've put it together the first time, go ahead and get your solvent. No, you don't want to use solvent. Your primer and your glue together. I like the all-in-one product that you saw me use in the video there. Go ahead and just coat it up. Get those pieces stuck together. Let them dry and cure. And next week, we're going to jump into putting the greenhouse cover on, as well as adding in a couple of fans and maybe even some vents. All right, so this has been Tom with Vermont Grow Coaching, and I will see you guys next time.